Alright everyone, buckle up, because what I'm about to walk you through is going to make you feel like winter has decided to roll out the red carpet early this year. I'm talking about a season that's poised to start hitting us in late October and carry that icy, snowy drama all the way through February, maybe even nudging into March. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that if you loved the legendary winter of 2013, you're in for a thrill, because this winter is shaping up to be slightly above normal in snowfall, and with plenty of cold to go around. Let's start with the very near term, because I know a lot of you are already feeling that October chill creeping in. By the end of this week, the Midwest and Great Lakes are going to be the first regions to really get a taste of winter. Temperatures are set to plunge well below average. We're talking highs barely breaking the 40s in Chicago, Detroit, and Milwaukee, and overnight lows flirting with the teens. If you thought your heater had a break this fall, think again. The first flurries could already be accumulating in higher elevations of the upper Midwest by Friday. And yes, this is your official early season warning. Winter is arriving, and it's coming with authority. Now, as we push into late October and early November, snow isn't just a possibility, it's expected. The Great Lakes region will see a few light to moderate snow events stacking up. I'm talking 1 to 3 inches in Chicago and Cleveland by early November, with heavier bands likely in northern Michigan and around Green Bay. Meanwhile, the northern plains, especially North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, could see early season storms dumping 4 to 6 inches in a single event. This is reminiscent of that cold snap back in 2013, where early season snow set the tone for months of winter dominance. But this year, I'm expecting the accumulation to be just slightly higher than usual. Still realistic, but definitely noticeable. By the way, if you'd like specific weather forecasts for your region or city, please leave them in the comments. I'll answer them individually as time allows. Also, if you like the video and subscribe to my channel, you'd be very grateful. Now let's move on. As November progresses, the snow starts spreading east and south. By mid-November, the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic states are likely to feel a few surprise storms. I'm talking 2 to 4 inches in Columbus, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh, and 3 to 5 inches in Philadelphia and northern New Jersey. These aren't your gentle dustings. These are storms that make you wake up in the morning, look outside, and realize you need to dig out your car. New York City is likely to see 2 to 3 inches in select events, mostly later in November, setting up a season that could rival the early chills of the infamous 2013-2014 winter. Heading into December, this is where the real story unfolds. The Northern Rockies and Northern Plains will see multiple snow events stacking up. Montana, Wyoming, and northern Idaho could accumulate anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of snow across several storms, with isolated areas possibly seeing even higher totals. The Midwest isn't letting up either. Chicago and Detroit could each see multiple 3 to 5 inch events, adding up to 12 to 15 inches by the end of December. Minneapolis, get ready for 15 to 20 inches just in December alone. The East Coast isn't going to be left out. I expect a few significant winter storms to move up the coast, especially in the Mid-Atlantic. Washington, D.C. could see its first substantial snowfall of the season by mid-December, possibly 3 to 6 inches in one storm. Philadelphia and New York City. I'm anticipating 6 to 8 inches from combined events by the end of December, with northern suburbs seeing up to a foot. Compare that to 2013. It was a memorable year for snowfall in these regions, and this year could edge slightly above that, making it a season to remember. Now, let's talk about January. January is shaping up to be the crown jewel of this winter. The Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast will be in the crosshairs of repeated cold waves and snow events. Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Milwaukee could see multiple 5-inch-plus snowstorms. Total snowfall by the end of January? I'm projecting 20-25 inches in Chicago, 18-22 in Detroit, and 15 to 20 in Cleveland, a bit higher than the long-term averages, making it a season that could remind many of 2013's relentless snow. Meanwhile, down south, snow is always trickier, but this year there's a chance for some eye-catching events. Northern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and even parts of northern Alabama could see light snow events, 1 to 3 inches, if the pattern lines up. Rare, yes, but it's always fun to highlight those southern surprises. Heading into February, the intensity doesn't ease up. The Northern Rockies, Northern Plains, and Midwest will continue to see multiple snow systems. Denver, Minneapolis, and Fargo could accumulate additional 10 to 15-inch snow totals across February, topping what would be considered a normal month. On the East Coast, New York City and Boston could each see a few storms delivering 4 to 6 inches apiece. Boston could see 15-plus inches total in February alone if the pattern mirrors what we're projecting now. Southern and western states? Keep an eye on the Sierra Nevada and Rockies in Colorado. Heavy snow continues there, with ski resorts likely seeing well above average totals, keeping the season excellent for winter sports. California's higher elevations could see multiple snow events, with Tahoe looking at 3 to 6 feet of snow cumulatively through February. Now, let's zoom in on major cities by region for clarity. Midwest and Great Lakes, Chicago, 20 30s, 25 inches by January end, slightly above average. Detroit, 18-22 inches by January end. Cleveland, 15-20 inches by January end. Minneapolis, 25 to 30 inches by late February. Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, New York City, 12 to 15 inches by late February. Philadelphia, 10-14 inches. Boston, 20-25 inches. Washington, D.C., 6 to 10 inches total, mostly mid-December and February events. Northern Rockies and Mountain West, Denver, 40-50 inches cumulative snowfall. Salt Lake City, 40-plus inches. Montana and Wyoming Mountains, 50-plus inches in higher elevations. South and Southeast, rare events. Northern Arkansas, Northern Mississippi, 1 to 3 inches in isolated events. Tennessee and Northern Alabama, potential 1 to 2 inch accumulations. West Coast Mountains, Lake Tahoe and Sierra Nevada, 3 to 6 feet cumulative snowfall. Cascades in Washington and Oregon, 5-plus feet in higher elevations. Now here's the narrative kicker. All of this comes on the heels of some very cold air plunging in within the next week. The Midwest and Great Lakes will experience bitterly cold mornings, highs struggling to climb above freezing in some areas. The chill will make the snow stickier, the roads slipperier, and the winter vibe more intense than we've felt in recent Octobers. Think of the 2013-2014 winter's early bite, and then imagine just a little more snowfall stacking up over time. That's the vibe we're heading into. So, what does this mean for you if you live in these regions? Plan ahead. Your snowblowers might be dusted off sooner than expected. Roads will get slick earlier. And for those of you who live for winter sports, skiers, snowboarders, and snow enthusiasts, this is shaping up to be a season where early October hikes could turn into snowy playgrounds, with powder stacking up in the mountains and across northern states for months. This winter is not shy, it's ambitious, and while it's only slightly above normal in snowfall, the narrative it creates, from late October chills to February storms, will make it memorable. If you loved 2013, if you remember those early season snows and relentless cold, get ready. This winter is setting the stage to be just a touch more dramatic, with more snow, more cold snaps, and more reasons to feel that true winter thrill. And remember, this is only the forecast. Nature always has the power to surprise us, but as of right now, everything points toward a winter that comes early, hangs around, and makes itself known. From the upper Midwest to the Northeast, from the Rockies to the Sierra Nevada, winter is not just arriving, it's making an entrance. Get ready for the snow, the chills, and the excitement that only a real, intense American winter can bring. All right? If you'd like specific weather forecasts for your region or city, leave your region or city in the comments. I'll answer them individually as I have time. Commenting is completely free. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.